Welcome to the Watershed Education Network's training video series. In this video, we will show you how we collect and ID aquatic insects, also known as macroinvertebrates. Macroinvertebrates are important to river food chains and act as bioindicators, showing us how healthy a water body is through their presence or absence. One of the first steps in sorting macroinvertebrates is getting our supplies ready. We're going to be sorting the live bugs that we find on our site into ice cube trays, which need to be filled halfway full of water. A good trick to making sure they're not too full is submerging the tray completely and then shaking out some of the water. We're going to do the same thing with our bug tubs. These small tubs will eventually contain the sample of bugs and debris that we need to sort through. Like the ice cube trays, these tubs should be filled halfway full of cold creek water. If the day is too warm, you may need to refresh this cold water from the creek throughout the monitoring. So what we'll do is you're going to take this net, and it's got this nice, because it's this D shape, it's got this nice flat bottom. So you'll put it in so that that is flat on the bottom of the stream, and you're going to stand upstream of it, and then you're just going to kick your feet, and you're just going to kick really vigorously. And what I'm doing is I'm digging my toes into the substrate here, underneath these rocks, and you're just kind of stuffing the top and the undersides, like turning them over. And all of this debris that you see me kind of kicking up, I'm letting it flow downstream right into my net. And you're just going to keep doing that until you think you've got a nice sample. It's like 30 to 45 seconds usually. You can always, once you've got a nice spot, you can say, okay, we're going to let it float downstream. I'm going to let anything that I kicked up get into the net. And you can, at this point, either just take the sample back to the tubs, or you can go out into one of these other spots. Like I could move upstream here, put my net back down, and then kick your feet again. And you're just going to keep doing this until you've got that good sample. And then you're just going to scoop your net up. And you can see I've got something in my net here. So I can actually see somebody moving on this rock, which is great. It's kind of like inside the net here. So we're going to be taking the sample back to the tubs, dumping this out into the tub, and then we're going to try and find that guy and put him into one of those ice cube trays. So let's go back to our tubs real fast. So you've got your sample here, and you're just going to take it, dump it out into your tub, and kind of swish it like this. You're just trying to get anything in the net into the tub here.
Sort them out from this bin into the ice tray, and we do that with this lovely spoon. Putting them into our categories of stoneflies, mayflies, caddisflies. The stoneflies have two tails. They've got thoracic gills. And we've got big ones today, which is nice. Mayflies have three tails and abdominal gills, which you might be able to see them fluttering their gills. And then the caddisflies, we've got a lot of net spinning caddisflies and free living caddisflies. And those ones, they will have gills and little hairs on their abdomen. And they sort of thrash around, but instead of tails, they've got hooks on the end of their abdomen. So that's how you tell the stoneflies and mayflies and the caddisflies apart. We've also got midges, which look like worms, but they've got a hard head, hard capsule head, and a pair of prolegs under their head. What else we got there? We've got beetle larvae in here. They sort of look like caddisflies, but they've got a hard exoskeleton from head all the way down to their abdomen, whereas the caddisfly's got a squishy abdomen. The dichotomous key, one side has river bugs, and then the other side has pond bugs. And so we'd be looking at the river side. If we're not sure what something is, a quick way to find out what it is to start at the top and then work your way down. So does it have a shell or does it not have a shell? Most of them don't have shells. So then it's, do they have legs or do they not have legs? Most of these would have legs. And so then if they have legs, we're counting how many pairs. This is 10 plus 4 pairs or 3 pairs. And then from here you've got no wings or wings. And then moving all the way down, you count the tails, no tails, 1 to 2 tails, or 3 tails. And that usually gets you to one of the bugs that we found here.